Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Today, we're talking about a mom, wife of two, who seeks a very desperate for your advice. We're going to talk about that. Of course, we're going to talk about TOKE MAKINWA. Of course, we're going to talk about Anton Daniels and what's his name, Yada's debate. We're also going to talk about Didi. We're going to catch up to speed with Didi. And of course, we're going to talk about, again, TOKE MAKINWA. So stay tuned. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Share. Subscribe. Turn up your notifications. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. It's going to be awesome. All right? It's going to be great. So do me a favor. Hit the like button. Let's pin everybody else into the room. Let's call your people, everybody, let them know we're just gonna have a conversation. It's happy hour. It's prestige happy hour. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we find her, that beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes so, the remix.
TMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice, but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within to the love fine eye, I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes are killing it tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger. We look good together, take your place in my heart. With your beauty I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl, beautiful girl. Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Looking for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace of her presents and gifts, call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and cut you, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine, brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling night, killing time. I found a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Do me a favor, hit the like button as you're coming in. Hit the like button. I'm going to test the audio right now. Make sure audio is good. Welcome. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications as you're coming in. Okay, let me just make sure the audio is working. All right, I think we're good. All right, great. Thank you for being here. All right, so we have some stories to cover today. We have some things to talk about today. Like I already said, we're going to there's a story about a wife and mom of two we're going to cover today. Yes, we're going to cover that, and then also I'm going to give you some good news, right? A 52-year marriage. I'm going to give you some secrets from that. I'm also going to talk about Seda Budge's advice for ladies. So Seda Budge is coming to the scene. We're also going to talk about the Anton Daniels and Minister Yada's debate. I'm going to do a quick recap of that. We're also going to catch up to speed with Didi. And of course, we're going to talk about the TOKE MAKINWA story. So I've got some really good stories lined up for you today. What's going on, Marriott? Good to see you, Marriott. Long time, I hope. I trust you're doing well. All right. So again, what we do here, like I said, my name is Ola. We talk about life and relationship lessons. We extract them from trendy topics. And I am a coach. I'm a relationship coach with the help of my wife. And my wife is Lola, yes. And we basically just extract this life and relationship lessons from these trendy topics. We also have our own stories. You can download them for free from this book, Get My Marriage Back. But also there's a second book that we wrote together, Number One Red Flag. You can download them absolutely for free from manofprestige.com. And I want to say a quick shout out to all our sponsors. More Fresh Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Gores Corner, D Love 3000, Yes TV. I appreciate you guys and everybody else that have joined in recent times. You can join by using the join button, okay? And also super chats are always appreciated and welcomed. Thank you. That's our goal this month. We're not doing too badly. So thank you everybody for all your donations. Again, like I've said, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We're just going to go ahead and jump right in to the first story I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, welcome back. So as I was just about to come live, I saw a video that Neze from Nezeville that she posted. I saw a video. It's a 3 minutes video, but she said something about post and delete. So I don't know if she has the permission to leave it up. So I'm not going to play the video. But I was able to extract really quickly the story, and I wanted us to run through the story as a warm-up, but also to extract some quick lessons, because I think it's very important. We're seeing more and more of this kind of crazy stories. Hold on one second, guys. Let me make sure the camera is positioned well, close up. I like it when we're close and personal, right? So I want to read that story to you, and then welcome Natu. Natu is hitting us from the motherland. So I'm going to read that story, and then we'll talk. Okay, I want to first of all read it, then I'll analyze. Okay, so she said, okay, so I give it a title: mom of two in desperate need for help or advice, something. Please guys, please, what is wrong in getting a help to live with you? A help, for those of you that don't understand what that is, it's basically like a housemaid. Okay, like a housemaid, somebody that you hire to help you with house chores, you know, a lot of things, activities in the house. If you're rich enough, you can get them in the United States or in the Western world. In Nigeria, it's a lot more easier to get a house help. I'm guessing because of the level of poverty out there, you know. But anyway, she said, what is wrong with getting a help to live with you? I am a mom of two and I have a business. I'm also trying to lose weight. Like being a mom, I'm trying to lose weight. I think it's the hardest thing ever, because children is a gift from God. These children actually made me to gain weight, because this is not how I was. But with the fact that this the man that puts me in the man that put me in the family way, that is using it to help. That I'm a pig. Okay, I'm big like a pig. I guess he calls her big like a pig. That was what actually pushed me to start a weight loss. So that I will get my body confidence, because it gives you the time that I totally lost my body confidence because of this man. So I'm just reading the transcript, okay? Because of this man. But now the stress is too much. I don't even have time to do exercise. I don't even have time for myself. If you look at my face, I'm beginning to be dark because I don't even look at myself in the mirror anymore. Like being mom comes with a lot of things, and you cannot even run anywhere, especially if you don't have a supportive partner. My husband is good in provision, but in helping you with the kids or in your anything, but not in house chores, I guess she's trying to say. He will not, but in anything house chores, he will not. He cannot do it. He will tell you that it's the woman's work. But I'm tired sometimes. I feel like renting house and living alone because the work is too much. Oh God. Now, as she was saying all of this, she was crying. Okay, seriously down right now. I might be malaria and I'll still do all the work. The worst is that after everything, my children will not dirty this house. My husband will be the one who dirty it. That is who dirty the house. Okay, sorry for my miscombobulated accent. That is the annoying part of the thing. It's draining me. I don't know how women actually make all this thing work. Please ask seriously. I'm asking seriously why somebody will go crazy. Please, guys, I need advice. I'm reading exactly the way it was transcribed. How do I manage if you can be able to help? And tell me how you manage to see your house. Hold on 1 second. And tell me how you manage to see your house, how you cope, how you manage to do everything in your house. I take from strong without anybody's help. Let me know. Let me know how you manage to do things, child, children, business, and everything. Okay, so that's what she had to say, and she was crying, like seriously crying. Okay. Adebinkwe said you saw the video. Hey, Mr. E. Hey, Adebinkwe. All right, so I thought a lot of women are going through this, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to also sow a seed into somebody's life right now, because a lot of women are actually going through this, but also do it the right way. There is social media advice, but there's also professional advice. I'm going to give an expert professional advice. In other words, I'm not going to talk to people that are not present. You get it? You get it or you don't get it? If you don't get it,
you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. Right.
I'm not going to talk to the man who is not present. Okay? The men that are listening to this, they already know what time it is. Okay? If you fall in this category and you can self-identify, you're trash. So fix it. Right? It's very simple. But we can't overstress that, because that's not going to help the lady. Okay, that's not going to help her. Cursing out the man that you've not really heard his story, right? His own side of the story, that he would actually never hear you, is useless for the most part. Okay, I understand you can say men are here and they're listening and they should hear it. Like I said, if you're a man and you fall in this category, you are a trash. So fix yourself, because it's only a matter of time. She said, how do you cope? They never cope. Okay, they used to cope, but they're no longer coping. They're leaving. People's wives are dumping them left and right. That's why 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Okay, that's where it goes. All right, so let's pay attention. So I'm going to go back. I'm actually going to advise her, okay, on what she can do, because the rest of it is going to be useless for her. And if I basically sit here and curse out her husband, what she's going to do is take that back to her husband, and it's going to backfire. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. All right. So I'm going to read it again and then advise from that standpoint. She said, please, guys, what is wrong with getting help to live with you? There's nothing wrong with getting help with you. I'm guessing the husband is so trash, he can't hear you, right? But the first thing first is that there's nothing wrong with getting help, okay? Unfortunately, you will need him to agree to get help, okay? But maybe not necessarily, okay? Maybe not necessarily. There's a good chance you've lost your sense of autonomy, like your own sense of being able to be a human being. The comment I left on Nez's video is that you're first of all a human being before you're a mom. No, I said like that's the reality. I said like there are people that actually abandon women, that abandon their baby because it's overwhelming, because it can be overwhelming. I have stories of clients, of women who actually left the house and left their children. You can sit there and judge her, right? And say, how could a mother? But you have no idea. That's why you're asking, right? But usually you don't wait for the answer. You just want to use that to judge her. Wait for the answer. Can you get the answer to the question? How could a mother leave her own children and actually abandon her children and leave? Could she be evil? Yes. Is she necessarily evil? No. It can be overwhelming. When it gets down to it, if a person still has enough in them, what they would do is self-preservation. That's what they should do. Sometimes people wait until it's too late. So he said, I'm also trying to lose weight, like being the mom. But the reason why she's trying to lose weight is because her husband called her a pig. That is a terrible reason to lose weight. It's not going to work. You're going to get frustrated. You're basically chasing your own tail. It's not going to work. You're only going to get frustrated. So there's nothing wrong with losing weight, obviously, but Everything can be wrong with the purpose behind it. That this purpose is not going to work, right? If anything, there's a lot of men who think shaming tactics, shaming strategies are going to work. They will never work. If anything, they will frustrate your wife and they will leave. A case in point, lady, you will eventually leave. Hopefully, there's not too much damages before you leave. Leaving does not have to be a permanent decision, but sometimes you have to back off that situation. Sometimes you have to back off that situation. Okay. So I'm just skimming through right now because I don't want to read everything all over again. Then I want to come to the chat. Okay. She's sick. She says she's sick and she's about to do all the work again and everything. All right. So if a man cannot hear you when you say you need help, he's not going to hear you. If you say it 2-3 times, he's not going to hear you. Okay. It has to be the only way he's going to respond is pain and pleasure. Pain or pleasure. If he's being incentivized for not listening, guess what he's going to keep doing? He will continue to not listen. So like I said, sometimes the first step to the solution is to leave. It doesn't have to be a permanent decision. Some people will never listen unless they taste rock bottom. Not some people, all of us actually. But we can decide if this is rock bottom or not. All right. So I'm going to come to you guys have any advice for her? Let me see here. Anybody have any advice? Mario says, can we also give accountability advice? Just asking. All of this is accountability. You can't hold other people accountable. It doesn't, not in that way. The way you hold other people accountable is self-accountability. Okay. The way you hold other people accountability, the first step to that is self-accountability. First of all, remove yourself. Stop incentivizing bad behavior. Now, some people will say, hey, it's Nigeria. It's not that easy. None of this is that easy. So let's kind of lose that completely. None of this is easy. Like her position right now, is that easy? That's not easy, right? But the main thing here is self-love, self-preservation, and doing it in a timely manner. Don't wait until it's too late before you realize that the only key to success and happiness in life is self-love. It's the level of self-love and self-respect that you have for yourself that other people mimic. Okay? If what you're saying is true, which I believe you, that man is trash, but he's not going to change. First of all, that's your trash husband. That's number one. And it's not going to change unless that means gravitating away from pain or towards pleasure, or gravitating towards the easier pain. It's very, very important to pay attention to that. That's not to shame her. The key thing here again is self-love, as in like she deserves better, but she has to learn how to give it to herself first. The gym is not good just because it's gym. It's only good because of the purpose behind it. It has to be a way of demonstrating self-love to yourself. If you're going because somebody shamed you to go to the gym, it's not going to work. What's going to happen is you're going to try for 2 weeks, going to get frustrated, and then you're going to be depressed. It's not, it doesn't create any, it doesn't bear any good fruit, you know. Mara says maybe she should get a cleaner and a nanny that go home daily. This guy needs to listen. She needs to first of all show this guy that she's not going to sit down there and tolerate nonsense. You know, I heard a bunch of them on TikTok recently, and it's just bad. Sorry. My brothers need some work. It's just very, very bad. You know, I heard them in 2020 during COVID on Clubhouse, but they're on TikTok now. It's wild. And a lot of time is the English, like the English translation, conversation, getting them to understand. You know, if you say anything therapy, they get triggered, they just go left. Whereas what you're saying is just wise counsel. Sometimes they listen a little bit better when you say advice. When you say, hey, look at it this way. You have to be super patient with both men and women to get them to understand what it takes to actually have a healthy relationship. She does not have a healthy relationship. It's not going to happen if she sits there and she's crying. So I want to encourage anybody that's going through that right now. I want to encourage you that you deserve better. Remove yourself. If you can remove yourself with your kids, please do so. If that's a possibility that you rent a place, do so. It doesn't have to be a permanent decision, but some people are just not going to calm down and listen until you've made such moves. Some kind of drastic move like that. They're very comfortable, they're complacent, they're like, oh, it's just another day as far as they're concerned. After all, you're not going to do anything about it. Anyway, D says, when it comes down to survival, people will take extreme measures just to keep afloat. I can never judge those women. Nothing about parenting looks easy, but it is rewarding. Yeah, it takes time and everything in between. Like when we say something takes patience and time, a lot of people actually die in the middle of that. It's taking longer than I should on this story, but it's okay. Right? A lot of people actually they end up unaliving themselves in the middle of the patience. So yes, everything that's good in life also takes patience, but we need a good balance. Please do something before it gets too late. Welcome, D. Shout out to you, D. Mr. E said, do what chores you can and leave the rest for the next day. Teach the kids to help with the chores so you can make some me time to work on you and your mental health. That's a good advice. Mario says, well, the accountability advice is not for her. It's for people looking for partners and prioritizing the wrong things. They have consequences. That's a good one. That's another good one. She I like to focus. I saw a bunch of advice on the Nez's video. I think the most popular video is teaching people how to preventive advices. We get too many preventive advice. We need advice for people that are already in it. That's majority of these issues. People that are not in it, they're not going to listen to you yet because they can't comprehend what you're talking about. So we need more of advice of people that are already in this kind of situation. And there's nothing wrong with preventive advice too. I just think we have overflowed. Or like before you say anything, say, how did you meet? Like, what did you vet? Like, okay, all right. Yeah, the vet. Thank you. um be kind to yourself. Start reflecting on how to live healthily. Go for long walks and healthy. Go, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. MOP, you want fire for fire? LOL, Wahala. She can't do it. If she is crying on the internet like that, listen, she needs to do something. You know, she needs to do something because people won't change unless there's a reason for them to change. She needs to do something. Go away with the kids briefly elsewhere. Let's see. In my own opinion, I think, like you said, self-love comes first. Then she needs to communicate with her husband. That's a good point. Thank you, Pinkwe. Because the self-love is going to also help in communication with the husband. You will at least know that it's not about you doing basketballs. It's about expressing yourself. You own it completely. I feel. I'm going to leave it at this one. I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I am feeling quite overwhelmed. There's a lot going on my plate. And let's hear what he has to say, and then we'll work with that. Let's say he comes out like, I beg, you, they complain to me. That's why you're all fat like a pig. And if that's what we're dealing with, because I think that's what we're dealing with, then I think she needs to leave first so you can pay attention. Anyway, hit the like button. Let me get some in the comment area. If you're watching this as a replay, let me get some more advice for all the young ladies or even older ladies that are dealing with this. Let me get them. I will join you guys in the comment section as always. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, welcome back. After 52 years, they finally revealed the secret. Well, he finally revealed the secret. Imagine you've been married for over 50 years. Yes, half a century and counting. It's longer than some of you watching this. um, Longer than me myself. Well, I've got the scoop. The Gen Z is like, we don't care. We don't care. 52 years. Sorry, Gen Z. All of us are Gen Zs these days. Now, many of you might not know this. I also take on consulting gigs in healthcare, and I travel quite a bit across the United States and Canada. For example, I'm in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee as we speak. That's why you see me in hotel rooms. So one of my clients is a medical doctor, a surgeon to be specific, probably around 75 years old, gray hair, but very neat, sharp, and still as agile as ever. Now, let me tell you how it went. It was actually last night. So I'm seated in the physician's lounge, if you know what I mean. Some of you are professionals in healthcare, so you know what I mean. It's coffee, tea, everything there. I'm sitting there with my laptop, just minding my business, and and then this guy walked in. And so I was like, I just casually threw a question at him, and I do that all the time, by the way. But actually, just a few days ago, I overheard someone mention that he's been married for over 50 years. 50 years. So, of course, at that point, my radar went off, and I think he was rushing into an OR room at that time. So, today everyone's got an opinion on relationship. Even people, the loudest people with the loudest opinions on the internet are people that are not necessarily proud of their relationship status. How do I know? Because sometimes I'll just ask them outrightly. I'll just like, can you give me some context, like what's your status? And like, well, why does that matter? Does it matter? Can I have an opinion? I'm like, okay, drink water. Drink water. I just wanted to have some context to see where the advice is coming from. Please help me hit the like button. Help me hit the like button. But anyway, back to the story. So, you've seen those kind of advices everywhere, very random theories everywhere. So I leaned in and I asked him, I said, in one word, sir, what's the secret to being married for over 50 years? He didn't even hesitate. And his answer was, I don't know. I was like, I know what you're thinking. You don't know. 50 years. So I asked him, same thing. What do you mean you don't know? You've been married for 52 years. He said, yeah, I think so. But you could tell that it's just been, it's been banterful. But as soon as he said it, I understood what he meant. And that's the wisdom that comes with age, longevity, long-term healthy relationship. And part of that wisdom is realizing that you don't have all the answers. You don't. The older you get, the more you realize how little you know. In fact, the way I always say this is that the older I get, the more I realize I don't know shit. But of course, Gen Z disagrees because they have all the books. But anyway, just leave Gen Z alone. Let's just focus here. Okay, let's focus. So his three-word answer was about humility. It wasn't just humble, it was full of meaning. There was a lot of, it was a pregnant statement when he said, I don't know. And also it was also based on the facial expression. It was being banterful, it was laughing. But he didn't just stop there. If you've ever interacted with older folks, he's just taking his time. That's another thing with older folks. They take their time. The rest of us were in a rush. We want to fix it now. You want to do basketballs now. You want to respond to what he said now by force. Anyway, so he said, we try to get along. Now, I know it sounds simple, almost too simple, right? But let's be real. How many people actually try to get along these days? I'm asking. You can answer me in the chat if you want to, in the comment section. How many people do you know that actually make some effort to try to get along? I mean, we just covered that guy's story. If that person was trying to get along, would they call their own wife a pig just because she needs to lose weight? Just think about that, right? So getting along, the idea of trying to get along, believe it or not, Prestige family, it's a skill. Oh, it's a skill. I know it sounds simple right now, or wait until you are inside of it, in case you're not inside of it yet. This whole thing is about compromise. Hold on 1 second. This whole thing is about compromise, of course. But what does compromise mean? Does that mean she should just do it and understand this is marriage? No, of course not. It's about patience. It's about learning to navigate life together and doing it without getting stuck on the small stuff. I can't tell you how many small petty stupid stuff is getting people to divorce court. I know. I know. I'm the one having these conversations on a daily basis. Like petty stupid stuff. You have grown men and of course women, but I have to say grown men because it's just worse when the leader is completely get caught up in a mess. Small petty stupid stuff, right? But anyway, he shared some more gems with me though. He said men must work 7 days a week, 8 to 12 hours a day. Now, let me clarify this because I know somebody is probably going to be looking at me side eye. Wait, working 12 days a week? It's not saying you should be a alcoholic. It's not saying that you should spend all your time at the office. What it means is that men need purpose. And I've personally seen that it takes a while when I start digging through what the root causes are. It's usually because a man lacks purpose, you know. Because a man who is on purpose, they really have no time for petty, stupid stuff. You know, they don't. They don't. You know, I was watching a video on TikTok just yesterday. The guy did a video on. I actually joined his platform quite a bit. I'm having a conversation with him, but I did drag them with the when I do. he said from wife to a knife, from a wife to a knife. If you were ever a wife, you could never become a knife. The only way that's possible is because of an incompetent man. Let me just put that there and leave it alone. But we can have more conversations around that as time goes on. But anyway, a man need purpose. You need to stay productive as a man. You need a man that is productive, a man that is busy. When you are saying I need quality time, it's actually a good thing. Okay, it's a good place to start from. At least that person is just not just under your skin all the time. You know. Anyway, it depends. There's also a lot of dependencies in that concept. So let's not get too far into that. But the idea is staying productive because here's the thing: when you're lying around, when you're laying up under a person all the time, see finish is going to happen anyway. But it's basically pro max. It's basically going to go to steroids, and that's going to breed contempt eventually, especially if you don't have some healthy amount of space. Some people are like, what do you mean by space? If you are married, get rid of anything space. You see, it's lame, but it's just lame. It can be corrected, right? Just listen. Let's look at the results that you're generating, right? Does it work? If it's not working, then we can have a conversation now. But anyway, too much idle time. It's not a good thing. It's a recipe. Ladies, some people want to do housewife, or your husband tell you you must do housewife. There's nothing wrong with it if you're busy, if you have some other things, if you're helping him in business. But if you have too much idle time in your hands, it will create problems. And that's what he was basically saying. It's not saying that you have to work onto your pie. That's not what it was saying. But here's where things really got interesting. He went on to he tells me that his wife is a federal judge, a retired federal judge. I don't know about you, but that's a whole different level of respect right there. And then he says something that might just blow your mind. He says she keeps everything she makes. 52 years of marriage. That's right. She keeps everything she makes. And no, I didn't have to ask him about the 50-50, because he just told me, right? What do we have with the Gen Z men today? They're asking for 50-50. What happens with the Gen Z women? The Gen Z women say, there's nothing wrong with that. I can take care of myself. Feminist for life. Anyway, she's got her own earnings. He's got his, and they make it work. Prestige family. Listen, I'm just trying to get you to see a wholesome picture of what it looks like when you have a healthy relationship, because sometimes we get lost in the sauce of the stupid books we are reading. Listen, I've written 5 of them, so I'm not against books, but let's be calming down when we're reading these books, okay? A lot of this stuff that you get inside of these books, what happens is that you end up with tools for pettiness in your marriage, in your relationship. You read this stuff and you can't wait to throw it down the throat of the other person. I'm just asking us to be careful. There's no pettiness, obviously. There's no keeping scores. When I say people competing with each other, now they are actually blessed with 2 children. Unfortunately, one passed away, but they have 2 grandchildren. I speak to these people from time to time, so I'm making a note of them right now so I can come and share them with you. This is where, like, I didn't fall out of the skies. I get this wisdom from other people, so I want to be sharing with you as they go. So he also mentioned you have to be kind even when you have to correct her. Imagine somebody calling their wife a pig because she needed to lose weight. Just imagine that. Compare that to now a person who's been 50. Now, has he ever been mean to his wife? Yeah, probably. They probably have their own ups and downs too, right? It's not probably, it's for sure. They had their own ups and downs. But we're telling you what works. This is not what works for everyone, is different. This is what works. These are the principles that will work. It's either you get it now or you get it later. It's up to you. But he should be kind to me. No, you start with you. And if that's not good enough, get your ass out of there. If you start with you, we should be kind to each other. No, back pedal. Start with you. You start the journey. You're talking about the end result. Start now. Start with kindness now from your own side. And don't do it for 2 weeks and come back and say it doesn't work. No, you're not working. You need to leave that relationship if that's not going to work for you. Because here's the thing. You cannot control another human being. You can only influence them by controlling yourself. Anyway, be kind even when you are correcting someone. How many of us struggle with this? We think that because we're right, it's okay to be harsh, don't we? Right? We forget that kindness and compassion should lead the way, especially in relationships. Instead of jumping into criticism, condemning, complaining. You're like, I don't condemn, I don't criticize, but you're complaining. What do you think the other person is receiving? Compliments? Like, come on now. Okay, I get it. It's not common sense. I always say common sense is a terrible guide. I'm just letting us know right now. These are small, subtle things that's affecting your relationship. You might not see, you might have really valid reasons to complain, but pay attention to how it's being received on the other end. Okay. So this doctor tells me that in a marriage, especially when you're married to someone as strong and accomplished as his wife, you need to learn how to let go sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. Just let go. Again, all the petty stuff, you know. He said, don't get caught up in being right all the time. Just be kind. It's not always about winning the argument or proving a point. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride even when you know you're right, and choose kindness over ego. You know what? As a man, especially if you know this, it multiplies, especially as a man. Women, it multiplies too, but it can only go so far. If you have an incompetent man, you can only go so far. Okay, he will drain the shit out of you if you don't move your butt. At least shift so you can know that you're not just going to sit down there forever. Okay. So, and then he gave me one more piece of advice that I want to share with all y'all. He said, don't get obsessed with keeping up with the Joneses. In other words, stop comparing your marriage to everyone else's. You see, this is where there's a conflict. But Ola, you said there's a principle, but you also said don't compare to other people. I'm going to give you the homework. You find the balance. Okay. You find the balance. Okay. So whether it's finances, lifestyle, or even how often you take vacations, don't let other people's situation dictate the happiness of your own relationship. When we say other people, we're almost saying even your partner. When you start comparing, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay. Because the other person might just be in the middle of a process, or the other couple you're looking at You have no idea what their stories are. I did a video on TikTok. Go check it out. You have a bunch of men comparing their own marriage to Chinese and Indian marriages, and they wonder why their wife is not responding. Because you're comparing, you're shaming. Shaming doesn't work. It cannot work. No. It has not worked. Forget that. It has not worked. Obviously, it hasn't worked. So, what's the secret to a marriage that lasts 52 years? Focus on your journey, your relationship, and what works for you. So, I've just contradicted myself. Congratulations to you, but there are principles that work. Okay, so you have people say nothing works for everybody, but they go ahead and give you their own formula. You need to pay attention to that. There are actual formulas that work. Okay, so according to my clients, there's actually 4 things: humility, kindness, letting go of your ego, and learning how to simply get along. It's not really a complicated formula, but nonetheless, there's something there you can hold on to. There's no magic solutions, just genuine, down-to-earth principle that, if followed, can make any relationship thrive. Here's what makes it complex: your own personal emotions. Managing your own personal emotions. That can make it very complicated. But at the end of the day, these are very simple concepts, but they're not easy. They're easier said than done. So, what do you think? What do you think is the most important quality for a lasting relationship? All right. As always, I'm going to join you guys in the chats. Join you guys in the comment sections later on, and then we can continue the conversation. But let me see this. Mario says disrupting doctors doing their job for research purposes. That's what we do. We literally do that, literally. And they don't always like that, by the way. Why get along? We can get separate houses. Wahala. There's a creator I like you to watch. Married 10 years. She reviews shows and talks to women. She will challenge many beliefs, and I think you'll learn new things. All right. Let's see. People will grow better in love than in criticism. Mr. Pig. If your wife is a pig, what does that make you? Wahala. Ashabi Bakare. Shout out to you. Says communication. Hit the like button. Join the conversation. Join the conversation in the comment section later on. Hit the like button. Share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, why you must check your man's phone. Let's watch this video together from Seda Budge, and let's learn something. Ladies, you can learn 1 or 2 things.
Your boyfriend's phone today and save yourself from future heartbreak. You know, it is silly of you as a girl. Say you date man, you know they check him phone. How now? Why now? Every girl in a relationship suppose they check a man phone at least twice every month. If you are even less busy, check his phone 2 times a day. Especially when it is a serious relationship. Wait, now men chicks are they follow talk, oh, not be side chicks, so let me make it clear. Before you go check phone now, they'll give you blow for eye. This message is only for men chicks. Now tell me, how can you be dating a man where you feel married for future? You and the man no say una feel married, and I fit even though they talk about children already. How many children una go born, how una go live, and you know they check him phone talking about I don't check my man's phone because you respect boundaries. That man go leave you for room for 1 minute, go marry, come back. build family outside, you no go know, because what? You respect boundaries. Any man that you plan settling down with, now don't come a long way. Man where you dey committed to, in phone gas be your second phone. Except you don't love yourself, you are willing to cry. Because what you no do for relationship, you know fit start am for marriage. Oh. I always say this: do not believe what men say. When you check their phone, you will know the truth. You will know how they truly feel about you. If you are truly their one and only, or one of the many. Person they call your man back to back, you they see him, they excuse himself to go make suspicious calls. You know, you feel am, oh, your instincts tell you, oh, but you rather throw away face. That thing where you they avoid, where you no want see for your phone, you go see him for real life. I tell you, mature minded girl, you don't care about little things like his phones, you don't intrude, you mind your business. For person where you want marry you, for person where you go spend your whole life with, oh, for person where you go born for. Are you sure you don't want to know? Are you sure you don't want to do some FBI duties? I'm protecting my mental health. I don't want to see anything in his phone. Your mental health will still protect you. Are you sure you don't want to check his chat with his best friend? I mean, go through their gist, or you rather believe what he tells you and trust him? Hope you know it's silly to trust people. People will shock you. Do you want to be sure, or you rather overthink? The real it is not when you check his phone, but when you overthink and live in your head. When you doubt his love for you, but you don't want to clarify. That is the real mental image. Beautiful ladies, check his phone today. One more advice: before you check that phone, drink like 2 bottles of shepe, because within your eye, if you see, your head feel no carrier. It is a route, but you have to take it. If you can't check phone, not see anything, don't forget to do quick transfer. Be a sharp girl, delete the debit, then use half of the money, cook for him the next day for being a good boy. After 2 weeks, revisit that phone. They know they trust man. Oh. I am Say the Budge, the voice of the girl child. Check your
All right. Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? All right. First of all, did you guys hear that? Were you guys able to hear that? Let me hear your take. Oh, let me see your take. I'm patient. I mean, how can you do a follow-up on that? I don't understand. What's lost though? You're looking for the phone. So I have a couple of questions. Okay. She mentioned self-love. She said self-love. All right. So if you notice, a lot of people have been throwing the phrase around self-love. I don't know if you've noticed. I've noticed it. Some of the loudest weirdos on the internet, they also use self-love, the same phrase. They use the same phrase. Okay. They say narcissist, boundaries. She also mentioned boundaries, self-love, all these things. They mention all these things. So I don't know, why you must check. Did she make a good case? Do you guys think you should check your boyfriends? She said main chick, your main boyfriends. Make sure you're a main chick first. That's another thing she mentioned. Make sure you're a main chick so you don't collect blow for eyes. Then he says she's funny. I do think she's funny. I do think she's a clown, actually. And we read Bilomo. That's Yoruba people that say that. Okay. I'm not calling her a were. I'm just saying you don't want to have this kind of person as a daughter. Would you want a daughter like this? Maybe it's confidence, right? It's just confidence. She just show off herself. That's all. She's have self-love. She called it self-love. Check everything. She gave a few advice, so a lot of advice there, Mara said, is she just chasing clicks? She will get this click, so she just gets a little bit of brand awareness here too. Some people didn't know what Cedar Budge was, but now they know. But she has followership like that. Nene said, nah, she's still young. This girl is supposed to be preparing for marriage at this age. Okay. Never mind what social media tells you. Anybody who is anyway, let me reserve it, because what you mean by young can require some context too. She's not too young. She means exactly what she's doing. She's making money on social media, dishing this advice, and there are grown women listening to her. There's usually a reason why grown men will listen to her, because she's hitting a nerve. Maybe people that already feel like there's lack of trust in their relationship, right? So there's a real reason why they will connect with what she's saying from a place of pain. So there are real reasons for that. So If you have a healthy level of insecurity in your relationship, you're not going to see Seda Boy as she's joking. I promise you, you're not, because she's landing some really nice punches there. Adebimpe says insecurity is troubling her. She has to engage herself in more positive things. Yeah, especially her followers, whoever is really engaging her. There are some people that follow her just because they're catching cruise. Hello, me. Okay. But also to address some of these points, because I'm sure some of this will go over the way of the head of people that can relate. But I think a sizable amount of the market share actually take it to heart. And she just touched somebody's nerve, and somebody is literally right now calling around the house looking for a way to check the phone, and somehow they're not thinking it all the way through, of course, but there's something there's a feeling that has to be relieved, you know. So Maya said, thanks to you, I know of her. Sorry, sorry. But let's address some of this thing in a way that I think we can. There's something I want to bring up here in this conversation. Okay. Let's see. Let's have it. Somebody who feels the need to check her partner's phone. Which one of these 6 basic needs are they trying to satisfy? Certainty, variety, significance, growth, contribution. Which one of these needs on the screen do you think they're trying to satisfy? That's a question that I want us to really think through. Okay. While you're at that, right? In most popular influencers on the internet, they are laced with truth, probably 80+% truth, but 20% or less poison. All you need is the poison. Okay. And these are some poisons on the screen. Okay. So poison number 1, shaming, insult, blame and fault, judgment, condemnation, guilt, discrete logic, sarcasm, condescension, right, wrong, obsessed. That the 2 or 3 of these poisons and are in her rhetoric. So I'm wondering if you guys can pick it apart. Keep in mind that she said, don't believe what man says. The question is why? Why shouldn't you believe what man says? Okay. Mario says certainty, she doesn't feel safe. That's a fact. That's absolutely. Also very related to what Adivimpe said earlier, which is insecurity, right? Yeah. So you're trying to satisfy a sense of certainty, but your strategy around it is what the question is. So these are real painful things that people go through that makes, like, anybody that gets popular, even if they're acting, there's a reason they're hitting real nerve at an emotional level. That's why, because if not, it won't go viral. It's as simple as that. Okay. So it doesn't matter if it's fake or not. So it doesn't matter if she's pretending or she's just trying to catch clout or not. There's a real thing going on here right now. So again, which one of these poisons do you think is trying to? She's basically, she has a message. Check your phone. Check your phone. Why? So you can protect yourself, right? But what is the poison in all of this, right? In everything she said. I see number 5, but there's at least 3 other ones there. Let me know. I'm just going to move on to the next story. Shout out to Uncle Ben. I see Uncle Ben. I see you, brother. So let me know what your thoughts are. Share that in the chat in the comment section. But let's move on to the other story because I'm running out of time today. We got to talk about TOKE MAKINWA. Okay. We got to talk about TOKE MAKINWA. But right now, before we get into TOKE MAKINWA, I want us to talk about the debate that I shared yesterday in the backstage. If you're not in the backstage, I'm sorry, you have to ask for it and I'll get you in. If you don't ask for it, I stop posting it because there's too many spamming going on. So we stop sharing the backstage. Just focus here. We have a community page also where you can see all the material. But I shared a debate in the backstage. Hopefully some of you guys watch it. But if you didn't watch it, I have a recap and some lessons. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll Be
Hey
right
Prestige
back.
fam, show some love to the video. Hit, like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we are here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. Welcome back. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's talk about Anton Daniels and Yada. Yada. Let's talk about these two gentlemen. So the podcast hardly initiated. It's a good podcast to catch on to. Sometimes they get a bit too religious, but it's okay. Most of us are church people anyway. But they had a good show that they put on yesterday. With a debate with two gentlemen. Okay, I think hardly initiated. One person's name is Ryan, the other person, I forgot his name, but it's Ryan and there's the other guy. But anyway, they put on a debate with two gentlemen yesterday about what it means to be real men in today's world. Now, ladies, you need to learn this because there are actually real men in the world. You just need to know how to identify them. Okay, so but some of this conversation will help you learn how to identify them. And for the gentlemen, I would try my best to always connect it to result. This behavior will generate this kind of result. This behavior, I will always try my best. Okay, but it's an ongoing conversation. So in this debate, on one side, we have let me see here. On one side, we have Anton Daniels, a successful 40+ married guy. I think he's been married for 20 years, for the longest. Who advocates for men like his life depends on it. And on the other side, there's a guy called Minister Yada. Okay, he came to social media limelight not too long ago, but yep, a polygamist. He's a polygamist who gets accused of pandering to women left, right, and center. All right, and are you intrigued yet? Okay, wait for it. Trust me, it gets better. These two heavyweights, okay, followership, nice, okay, nice. They tackled 4 major questions that seemed simple at first, but they left YouTube yesterday in shambles. So, and I'm talking like engaged, fully engaged. In fact, I was distracted a little bit, but I had to go back and watch some of it. In fact, some of it I still have to revisit, but I was able to catch some of this as a recap for you today. Okay, the chat went crazy. So the first question they were asked is, should men be responsible for 100% of the bills in the household? Now, as I'm going through this story, please leave your own answer in the comments, okay? But let me share with you the recap first. So now, Anton, he started off with this wild word salad. Okay, he was, of course, like I said, he just wants to support men. Seemingly, even if he's putting on the show, it doesn't matter to me. But anyway, it was like he wanted to let men off the hook. But then he threw in at the end of it, after he just started yelling. And then at the end of it, he threw in the context matters, like it depends. It was confusing, but it's a debate. And it was in the very beginning. So I just kind of like took it in, just we'll see how it goes. Because honestly, for me personally, I'm kind of like in between those two extreme ideologies personally. Okay. So basically was a situation where somebody is saying a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of everything, but not really saying anything. Okay. Now Yada on the other end, okay. Now Yada is the guy. Anton is the guy with the beards, and Yada is the guy with very little beards. Okay. All right. So now back to it. Yada, he didn't waste any time. His answer was straight up yes. Yes, a man should be responsible for 100% of the bills. And not only should men be responsible, but according to him, you better have at least $300,000 in your bank account before even thinking about marriage. $300,000. I mean, come on. I know the brothers are probably sweating right now already. Now, here's my take. I do think that men should be responsible for 100% of the bill. Should. The reality is that in most households, men are not responsible for 100% of the bills. Let's just keep it real, okay? The reality of most households is that men are not responsible, but we're talking about mindset-wise. I'm talking about mindset-wise, right? What I'm trying to tell you is that should be a man's goal, okay? So what happens to our own money? Calm down. Just calm down first. Calm down first. If you married a wife, you never have to tell her what happens to her own money. You never have to do that. That question is cap, disingenuous. It's at best a social media nonsense. So even if you're not footing every single bill today, the mindset should be that you're striving towards it. If you have to argue with that, there's a deeper problem than about money. So if you're out here complaining about your partner not pulling their weight financially, then who's the leader in the relationship? I'm just wondering. In our social construct, men are expected to lead. Isn't that right? So it's confusing, but I guess I'm getting used to the same rhetoric for the last 4 years. Jesus Christ. So why would you want to shy away from the responsibility when it comes to money? So even if you're collecting money from your wife, don't you still need to be a leader in how you address that? You know? So it's crazy. But anyway, I know you can't wait. I know you can't wait to engage this conversation, but I'll come to the chat in the session. I can hear in my spirit right now, a feminist is saying, I don't need a leader. I need a partner. Please, Zuka Nuike. we know you are a superwoman, okay? But let me talk to the brothers for a second. Thank you, okay? All right. Please hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. The second question that was addressed is, are women less submissive these days? Anton, of course, he said yes without blinking. Meanwhile, Yada went with a more natural approach. He said what I would normally say, which is that women will naturally submit when they feel secure. I would add when they feel safe and secure, right? So now this one is tricky, but let's break it down. Are women less submissive? Yes, probably. But you know whose fault that is, right? Men, the men of our society. Get used to it. I'm gonna see. I never used to say it's your fault. Gentlemen, it's your fault. If you don't like it, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Okay? Yes, I said it. It's your fault. If you are failing to head in a way that makes your woman, your partner, feel safe, respected, valued, feelings. Yeah, but I respect her. No, she needs to feel it. If you're leading in a way that you can't even listen long enough for her to feel it, why would you expect her to submit to you? I don't understand. What kind of unrealistic expectations are that? Well, she's a wife, she's supposed to be a wife. You know why? Anyway, if the relationship is out of order, if off balance, that's on you, brother. That's on you. No, except with one exception. If you don't want to be the leader in the relationship, then you are free like a bird. You can fly away as far as you want. You can be a cat, go and come as you want. Right? So you're trying to make your wife submit, but you haven't earned her trust. It's nobody juju be that. Will it work now? You know? So you want her to follow your lead, but your life is in chaos. That's not going to work. Submission isn't a switch you can flip on. It's earned through emotional intelligence, strong leadership, and mutual respect. Don't forget that. Self-respect. Have some self-respect, gentlemen. Okay, that's all you really need, honestly. Because if you have self-respect, you will not dish anything that looked at disrespecting your woman's way. So instead of demanding trust, submission, respect, focus on the environment, the tone that you're setting in that relationship. That's the real game. Okay. Now moving on to the third question: should men be open to dating women with children? Anton said, absolutely not. I'm paraphrasing, okay? He was adamant about it, like it was a crime to even think, to even fathom it. Like no. Dating someone with kids? No. Now, they asked him, they flipped it. They said, what about if he's a man? At that point, I think he was capping. And then he said, it's the same thing. I keep the same energy. Consistency? Yeah, right. Balance? Yeah, right. Nah, my guy was just performing, honestly, for the audience at that point. Yada had, of course, Yada is more open-minded with this kind of stuff. So he wasn't, but he went crazy when he heard it. Because one of the things that they asked, they said, what should the women and men that already have children, what should they do then? Anton said they should go back to the person they had kids with. They should go back. That's their husband and their wives. If there's multiple baby fathers, that's all your husbands. Shout out to Jim. She posted a video of people with multiple baby fathers. She was shocked. I was like, hey, welcome to the real world. This is America. But anyway, Yada was not having it. He wasn't having it. In fact, he called it borderline devilish to even think that a person should stay in a toxic relationship just because they had a child with the person. He called it absurd. For me, I think it's a personal decision. Should you be open? Should keyword open? If you say open, keep an open mind. Always keep an open mind. Because life is not black and white. See, you go keep warning people with that close-mindedness. If you're close-minded and you think of life in terms of black and white, you go collect. It's no way around it. Why? Because you cannot put God in a box. It's literally just impossible. Okay. The right person might actually have kids. Okay. And that doesn't disqualify them. It might disqualify you if you don't know how to identify a feminine woman, a masculine woman, a masculine man, who can actually take care of you. If you don't know how to identify because you saw they have kids, and then at least keep an open mind at the very minimum. And if that's not what you want, there's no rules against it. If you don't want somebody who have kids, but to come to the internet and be teaching a bunch of people that they should never do that, at best, it's a lame idea. Okay? He's not lame. I'm correcting myself. It's a lame idea. So people have passed. That's the honest truth. It's about whether you can handle it or whether that person aligns with your future or not. Don't let close-minded ideas, don't let them trap you to achieving the greatness that's actually possible, So now the grand finale question was, is being 40 plus single and never been married a red flag? Some of you that have followed me, you know how I feel about this. You're probably thinking, Anton is definitely going to say yes. Surprise. No, he actually said no. I don't know if he was trying to trick us at that point, but he said no. I didn't see that coming personally, but Yada, as usual, was more nuanced in his response. It's not about surface level judgments. It's not about that at all. As for my opinion, if you're 40 plus and still single, never be married, have no kids, maybe there's a reason you haven't found the right person yet. That reason could be a red flag. This is only true if you've always wanted to be married. Disconnect everything I just said and destroy it if you've never wanted to be married. Maybe in recent time you decided maybe you wanted to settle down. Then disconnect all of that. Don't worry about it. Just focus on doing the work. So again, listen, if you're 40 plus single, never been married, but you've always wanted to, it's not automatically a problem. But if you've wanted to get married all this time and somehow it hasn't happened, That's worth exploring with a coach and a counselor. Maybe there's something in your approach, maybe your mindset, maybe emotional baggage holding you back, for your own good. Listen, we've all got red flags, okay? If it's not that deep, okay? We've all got red flags. If I was to remarry again today, right now, somebody will see like that guy, he's always picking his it's a red flag, right? So it's not that deep. It's just for the sake of the conversation, it's something to pay attention. If somebody has been laying around for the last 20 years and they no exes, nothing, that's something to pay attention to. So if you're not getting what you desire in love and relationship, it's just time to check yourself. It's the same idea. It's not necessarily about judging people who are 40 plus or single. So now, what do you think? I want to come to the chat and comment sessions. If we have something, I'll address it. Wow, you guys. Let me just read some of this and then I'll move on to the next story. Ginger said, I watched the Yada live yesterday. It was crazy. Tiara say yes. Sounds like chaos. Yeah, it was. They are both on the two extreme side, but I tend towards Yada. I probably do too. Anton is crazy. LOL, with houses prices at $1 million, 300,000 with what paycheck? You see, Yada was crazy too, asking men to have $300,000. But he's definitely the side. But I think it was more so using as more of a symbolic thing. Like it wasn't like saying you must have, just be responsible. That's what it's as a man. It's your responsibility to be responsible for whatever the outcome of that family is. That's just the reality, okay? Unless, of course, you don't want to be the leader. All right. There's more than enough masculine women out here that will make you a wife. Anyway, doesn't that come with age? It does. So we can't take it literally. That's the thing with Yada. You can't take him literally. You have to just look at the concept of what he's saying, because way too many men are competing with women, and it's just falling apart altogether. You know, I couldn't believe what he was spitting yesterday. Is one way man, so close-minded. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are about those 4 questions. I want to know what your thoughts are about them, so we can address them. Without any further ado, we're just going to move on to the next agenda today. Let me see what we have going on here. What do we have? We have, oh yeah, we need to catch up on Didi real quick. Let's catch up on Didi, shall we? I will be right back. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, welcome back. So Didi, this is going to be I was going to say gift, but not gift, but this story is going to keep giving, so I'll keep catching us up to date. But let's talk about Didi. Let's just catch up real quick, then we'll move on to the main story of the day. So all right, Sean P. Didi do it Combs. As you know, that name means so many things, you know, many things. Of course, with many names, many talents, apparently many lawsuits. They keep catching bullets everywhere. You see, once upon a time, Didi was the king of the music industry. He was known for throwing the wildest parties, launching careers, and living that flashy superstar life. I mean, who didn't want to be like Didi? Somebody in the chat is going to be like, not me, but it's okay. All right. But at least you enjoyed watching him on TV or any music that came by way of him. What about his white parties, his freak off parties? Okay, me and you were not part of that, but you get the gist. But the white parties was, you weren't really anybody until you were seen at one of Diddy's white parties. It was like the Oscars of the industry. It was a place where you socialize with the people of the peoples, the highest people of society, the socialites of society when it comes to American music industry. Okay, even the likes of the Davido, Wizkid, all these people are, they've all wanted to, if they've not been there yet, they've wanted to be there. I won't say Burna Boy though, so that Burna Boy don't come and file petition against me. Did you guys see that petition story, Burna Boy and Speedolity? I think I covered it, right? Yeah. Well, this party ended with police sirens. Unfortunately, Diddy has been arrested and he has a bunch of court dates now. In fact, they've secured the court dates. Recently, again, Diddy has found himself in the center of very serious accusations. And I'm talking about the type that makes you question everything you thought you knew about someone. 5 new lawsuits have been filed against him again. Remember last time we talked about the 120? Another 5 new lawsuits. And one of those accusations now involves a 13-year-old girl. Trigger alert. Yes, you heard that right. A 13-year-old child. I know it's hard to even comprehend. How did you go from Diddy telling us to take that, to this? But let's take a step back. What's really going on here? Why does it feel like Diddy's entire legacy is crumbling so fast? Is it because he's black? Are they going after all our black celebrities, biggest billionaire guys? Now, to make things even crazier, an old video of Diddy from 2017 has resurfaced. I'm not going to play the video. It's a clip from Martha Stewart's Martha and Snoop's show where Diddy was asked, "What do you want your last words to be?" Guess what he said? "I did it." I don't know what to take from this. What do you take from me? I did it. Prestige family, Diddy sat there, threw the card in the air with a smile and declared he wants his last words to be, "I did it." Now, before we all jump to conclusions, let's put up our critical thinking hats for a second. Could it be that Diddy was talking about his career? You know, like, I made it, I conquered the music industry, I conquered movies, reality TV show. I did it. I achieved my dreams. Being a mogul, becoming a billionaire, some of the first black few billionaires in US dollars. Or this is where things get spicy. Was Diddy low-key confessing something? Was it premonition ahead of time? Some people on social media seem to think so. One people said, "Oh, wow, he even knows he did it. Why lie now?" Another person tweeted, "You sure did. And that's why you're in jail, buddy." Now, this is where it gets really tricky. On one hand, we don't want to play judge and jury based on a 7-year-old clip. In fact, the son, Quincy, the stepson, the first son of his ex late girlfriend, what's her name? Kim Porter. He came out yesterday, left a statement talking about the whole world has basically judged their father. Social media is crazy, blah, blah, blah. And he says, "I miss you, Dad." I feel for the kids. I really do feel for the kids, you know. So, but this is the media, bruh. It's just what it is. But on the other hand, it's hard not to side eye the timing of this clip resurfacing. I mean, is giving the universe knows what he's doing vibes. Now, Diddy's team, of course, they came out to defend him, claiming that the video is being taken out of context. I'm talking about the "I did it" video. According to them, remember the first coverage I did when Cassie came out was Did it do it? Did it do something like that on the thumbnail? Anyway, we've covered this quite a bit. We'll keep covering it anyway, because this is about pride. This is about pride. At the end of the day, absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is about power and pride. It can happen at any level. There's a gatesman right now in Nigeria that is basically thinking out of his ass because he thinks he's always going to be the senior gateman for life, until of course he collects. I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying we should all be guarded, right? Now, according to them, when he said I did it, he was just talking about living the American dream. I'm talking about Diddy's team now. He was just talking about living the American dream, right? The man's got wealth, status, fame. He's done it all. So was it really that deep? Or are people just connecting the dots because of his current legal troubles? Speaking of legal troubles, let's talk about the lawsuit for a second. These lawsuits are no joke. Like I said in the last coverage, there's a Texas-based attorney, I think his name is Tony Busby. He's filed multiple civil suits against Diddy, and these cases involve minors and accusations of sexual misconduct at his freak-off parties. I mean, we've all heard rumors about what goes on behind closed doors in Hollywood, but this, if even a fraction of these claims are true, then Diddy's name is in some serious mud. I don't see a way back from this, and yeah, in the poto, So I'm talking about the mud here, straight in the poto. I don't see a comeback from this. Do you guys see a comeback from this? I mean, people can stand up. People can fall in poto and stand up at any time, right? People can come up, Anyway, one of the lawsuits was filed by a man who says he was 16 when Diddy assaulted him. And then there's another woman who claims she was only 13 when Diddy, along with two other celebrities, all these people, attacked her at the VMA's after party. It's wild to even imagine how deep this could go. So, Diddy's lawyers I guess this is probably going to be the hardest thing they've ever had to do. So they've been fighting back, calling all the accusations outrageous, deeply prejudicial. They believe that all this media is probably going to make matters worse, or it's probably basically convicting him before he gets a chance. They believe that the non-stop lawsuits are making it impossible for Diddy to get a fair trial. Media is media. That's part of your job to manage. So you know what? They might have a point anyway, but the court of public opinion is a very loud place. And right now, it seems like most people have already made up their minds about Diddy. I'm guessing some of you are in my chat right now. You made up your mind, he did it, right? After all, he said he did it. That was a separate video, okay? The lawyers aren't just sitting around hoping for the best. They're doing everything they can do. Diddy's legacy is definitely in serious trouble. Okay. Now, I think his trial is set for May 2025. We'll continue to cover it, but let me know. Do you think he can come back from this? Come into the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Do you think Diddy can come back from this? How many years? They wouldn't even allow him to go home on bail to come and do his trial from home. They wouldn't even allow him. How many years? Jesus Christ. Mario said, I just walked past baby oil. Baby oil. Lord have mercy. Diddy did it. Wahala, Uncle Beno. I need charges, not civil suits. Well, there are charges already. The civil suits are just helping the charges. I think they have charges, right? Yeah, there are charges by the feds. That's why he's in custody. I think he knew what he was doing. Well-calculated plan he had. But as the saying goes, the truth will come to light one day. He wants to be the king of the jungle. I think he did want to be the king of. He was the king of the jungle for a long time. He was feared, right? There's all kind of violent things that he did to even other fellow people, allegedly. So I don't know. Jim just say George will determine. Mario says no. He has been Wayne stained. Wayne stained. Yeah, I know what you're doing there. I know. You think I'm just going to run to Google and I'm going to Google that? No, you go Google it and tell me what stained means. Marriott. Do me a favor. Let me see. Okay, she said the charges are related to Cassie. I need these suits to be charges. So many minors. Oh, you need them to be charges? Okay. All right, we shall see. We shall see. Welcome, Chinye. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Let's talk about your favorites. We're going to talk about Toke now. Okay. We're going to about Toke's secret wedding. All right. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Oh, Weinstein, RV Weinstein, you see? That's like Weinstein. You should have put the RV. Come on, Marriott. You know I didn't read English that far. Anyway, shout out to you. TOKE MAKINWA's secret wedding. Let give you the report and then I'll see if you guys are interested in extending the conversation a little bit more. But TOKE MAKINWA is a special one, and I thought we should cover it. It was just, was it weekend? It was Sunday. I think it was Sunday, a few days ago. Anyway, I was scrolling through Instagram, minding my business as usual, when I suddenly see TOKE MAKINWA trending. Was that minding my business or other people's business? Probably other business. I was looking for ways. I'm always looking for news to extract this relationship lesson. You know, as a relationship coach, and I'm always curious to see what the trendy topics, your influencers, see what they're doing. My antennas immediately went up when I saw TOKE MAKINWA married. All right. Apparently, TOKE MAKINWA, media darling, the queen of glow-ups, Jesus baby herself, the one and only baby girl for life, had tied the knot. Married? What? Can you imagine? I mean, why not, right? Now, as a certified manly Scorpio myself, shout out to the manosphere incels. They get triggered when you know what your signs are. Anyway, I know the sign. I don't know what it means. But anyway, I had to pause for a second. Because first of all, TOKE and I share the same exact birthday, November 3rd. Yes, my birthday is coming up. Yes, you heard that right. We're actually birthday twins. So as you see, TOKE cannot do any wrong as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Now, some people say Scorpios, they don't hide anything except maybe the password to their ATM card. Shall somebody say, is that why you don't want people to go to people's phone? Because you're always hiding the password? You will rest in Jesus' name. Anyway, I don't believe what I just said. I don't care about the astrology stuff. I really don't. Okay, but I'm just kidding. So if TOKE was getting married, I was thinking, why didn't the fellow Scorpio hear anything? I heard through the, maybe she planned the whole thing in secret. Did she elope? But we're looking at some pictures. Those pictures were also looking very similar to the wedding she did back in 2014 or something like that. So you see those pictures also floating around. Did she plan something secret and then you just paparazzi just taking pictures? Then, just as I'm trying to get to the bottom of the whole thing, I see another report that said, ouch, it wasn't a wedding. It was her birthday celebration. You know how people celebrate a whole month of birthday and all this. All these baby girls, they want to do full month of celebration. So I was like, it was a birthday celebration. She turned 40. But wait, I thought to myself, we're still a few days away from November. So if anybody is celebrating a full month, it should be all of November. I bet some people do 30 days to me. You never know these days, so anything to get some attention. But anyway, she's following in the footsteps of the other Jesus baby weddings, I thought, because there's this other guy that was in the video, some Farouk guy, and there's a lot of speculation that she's married to this person, and that was a long-term friend and blah blah blah. But guess what? I think Toke finally took to our own X page to post. Let me find the quote. She actually said, okay, she said, I owe you all, and I quote from Toke, I owe you all, my friends and family, too much to have a secret wedding. I didn't think so. Scorpio, we don't, no, not Scorpio. I'm kidding. It's not the Scorpio thing. But I don't see her as somebody that would do a secret wedding. She said, Jesus, baby, it must look like Sharon Oja and Vicky James too, Anyway, she said, and continue the quote, she said, you all have been through everything with me. That's when I knew a few party pictures had been blown out of proportion. Toke was just having a Thanksgiving celebration. No secret wedding, no midnight elopement with a mystery man, nothing like that. But like just social media, they blow everything out of proportion. They thought the guy is wearing white, she's wearing white, it must be a wedding. Maybe they were also just wishing her well. They were just fantasizing that she could one day, at last, one day. You know how people say you pressurize, stop pressurizing single ladies to get married. The worst of them is social media, So now let's rewind back for a second, because this is where the story gets even better. She has a backstory, right? The alleged groom-to-be is a guy called Farouk Umar. Farouk Umar, a well-known entertainment expert, they said. And there was a video of them lovey-dovey, flirtish, that went viral. And just like that, the rumor went everywhere. Everybody said Toke got married. People were like, right? Another big Sharon Oja story. But anyway, here's the thing. Toke is not new to this whole marriage talk. Toke has been there. Like I said earlier on, she was actually married to a guy called Maje Aida in 2014. They had been together for 8 years before they finally said, I do. I do. Sounds like a perfect love story, right? Well, not quite. Just like the rest of us that say I do, they didn't know what they were doing. In 2015, their relationship hit the rocks when it was revealed that Maje had impregnated his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend. At the time was ex-girlfriend. I think did he get married? I think he ended up getting married to that girl. But anyway, I wasn't following that close. Yep, you heard that right. He impregnated his ex-girlfriend while being married to Toke MAKINWA. By 2017, their marriage was officially dissolved by a Lagos High Court. Toke was single again, and let's be honest, divorce in Nigeria, it's like putting yourself in the spotlight for all kinds of insults and verbal assaults. People have speculated for years about her divorce. Some even said she planned it herself so she could escape the so-called oppressive grip of marriage. I'm confused. The guy actually impregnated another person. Nigerians, anyway. But instead of letting the rumors weigh her down, Toke turned that fire into fuel. She became even more focused on her career. She went from TV host to author to influencer to entrepreneur, big time. In fact, her brand, Toke MAKINWA, has become synonymous with empowerment, style, and success, according to reports. Now, let's pause for a quick moment. This is where I remind you, please hit my like button, subscribe, and share this with all your friends, okay? The lesson is coming right up. As you know, I don't cover this unless I have something important that I want to share with you, okay? Shout out to Toke MAKINWA, but it's not that deep, okay? So, trust me, you don't want to miss the lessons. on this one. Okay. The truth is, marriage is not for everyone. Am I right or am I right? Marriage is not for everyone. Some people thrive outside of it, and others do better within it. Okay. The reality is that not everybody's going to get married. That's just the reality. But if you're like Toke and you've achieved a lot in your career personally and you desire marriage, we already covered the 40 plus single never been married. She actually has been married, so she actually doesn't fall in that box. But even her, she needs to pay attention to something. If you're someone like Toke and you desire it, it's absolutely okay to go after it. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you should start tying the knot with every Farouk that comes your way. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. Because there's no shame at the end of the day in love. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's no shame in wanting love, in because the social media will actually shame you if you actually desire marriage. Yeah, there's such a segment of social media that will shame you for that, just in case you don't know. Okay. If you're hanging out there, it's your fault. All right. So I'm not saying you should start tying the knot with every Farouk you see. I'm just letting you know that it's actually okay to want that. But I have a small piece of advice for all the tokens out there. If you're flourished with multiple men, or you come off as you're flourished with multiple men, as in like a bunch of quote unquote eligible bachelors, and they tend to see them around you. If you're overly friendly, essentially, with many eligible bachelors, it can send the wrong signal. Please do not argue with your destiny. It can send the wrong signal. Okay, it can push even the right guy away because in his mind he's like thinking like, this babe, she did everywhere, right? But it doesn't have to be she did everywhere. Yeah, me and you agree on that. But the reality is that they don't want to find out, right? So, all right, so they don't necessarily want to find out. Now let's get back to Toke. She's 40 years old, a top influencer, a media mogul, a style icon. If anyone should be congratulated, it's her. Absolutely. She's done very well for herself, right? Whether she's married or not, she's living her best life, hopefully. Because I don't know her like that, right? I don't know her at all. She's a boss in her own right from everything we can see. And honestly, we should all take notes when it comes to that aspect of her life. Now, the moral of the story, here's the thing. Toke MAKINWA is just doing her. Nobody's life is perfect anyway, after all, right? You can only make the most out of what you have. Yeah. So she's not here trying to follow anybody's script. She's doing her thing, and obviously she's doing it very well, right? So, but I want to come to the chat. I want to come to the chat. Do you think it's possible for a woman like Toke, who has built her own empire, to still desire and thrive in a marriage? That's the question that I have. I'm coming right to the chat. If you have anything you want to add to that, we'll add it to it. If not, we'll keep it moving because I will be seeing you in what's today, Tuesday. I'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys on the next video. I have a video coming out in the morning, but I'll see you guys live stream on Thursday evening. Okay, so it is what it is. Let's see here. Where is Dee celebrate her big sis wedding? Wait, is Dee a big fan of Toke MAKINWA? Is D, come out here, come to the pulpit and come and tell us, why are you a fan of Toke MAKINWA? But I think she's done very well for herself. The question I have is that a lot of women fall in this category. We're seeing more and more women divorce people that don't know what they're doing, but they desire marriage. We're seeing more and more women between the ages of 25 and actually 54 that desire marriage. And I think that's a good thing, right? I think that's a good thing. But if you're well accomplished or anything like that, should you just do Oprah, Jejeli, right? Should you just Oprah is not married to Stedman, but they're together, I think. Illuminati type. I don't know. I'm just saying. Let me know. Maybe TOKE MAKINWA is trying to be the next Oprah because, again, in business, she's doing very well with her brand. So what she did was essentially a birthday celebration. I want to say happy birthday to her. Shout out to her. She's being thankful. She did a whole video thanking God. Let me see if I can find that video. Thanking God. Yeah, I'll play this video and then we'll call it a day. Let's see here.
For opening doors that the world has shut in my face. I thank you, Lord, for raising me and flying me in the sky. I thank you, Lord, for increasing me on all ground. I thank you, Lord, for making my life a reflection of your glory. If I die tonight, I'm ready to meet you, Jehovah, because you've been faithful. Because you have done more than what I could ever ask for. You don't have to bless me with anything else, Lord. You have blessed me enough. You have given me courage. You have helped me. You have remembered the girl, the one you saved, Jesus, the one who was broken, the one who did not have where to turn, but somehow you gave me a chance. Thank you, Jesus, for not looking at me the way the world looks at me. Thank you, Jesus, for not judging me the way the world judges me. Thank you, Lord, for I have faith that I can come to. Thank you because my praise is where I never. Thank you, Lord, because you are the author and the finisher of my faith. Thank you for remembering my mother. Thank you for that bed. And she said, thank you, Jesus, because she asked. And she said, she can see Jesus. He said, shine as the sun. Jesus, you have been all that we need and more. Jesus, you have comforted me when friends left me. Jesus, you saw me through a divorce. God. When I thought I was going to die, Lord. When I did not know how I was going to wake up the next day, somehow you held me together. Even when I showed a brave face, Lord, you knew I wasn't brave. But somehow you made me a tiger. Oh, wait, let me check. You are the God that gives. You are the one that will never fail. You are the one that will never die. And I just worship you tonight. And Lord, I ask that you take this my testimony because you are good, because you are kind, because I don't want anything from you, Lord, but I just bless you. And I thank God for all my friends in here. I thank God I'm not looking down to look for you guys, I'm looking up. I thank you that I have sisters in this place that I can call on the people that will support me. I thank you for you guys just being there through this season. I haven't been the best of friends to you guys, but somehow you see something, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Lord, for opening the door.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit, like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we are here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.